Be on. Je redis. Non, c'est juste que j'ai remplacé une personne.
And we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to the SCOME Sessions Preparatory webinar. I'm Katerina, I'm your SCOME director, and today we're going to talk about the upcoming August meeting, what we have prepared for you in terms of the SCOME sessions, and also about what it can be your preparation and what we are expecting you to bring to the SCOME sessions. So without further ado, I'm going to project our slides. Yep. So welcome to this webinar. We will present to you the SCOME sessions team, the August meeting agenda, the SCOME sessions agenda, also the regional sessions, what will happen in the SCOME plenary and how can you prepare, what will happen in the SCOME debate, how can you prepare, and what is absolutely necessary if you're attending SCOME sessions. So starting with the SCOME sessions team, this webinar is not being done only by me, and I'm joined by 3 of the SCOME sessions team. So Anna, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Katerina. As Katerina said, my name is Hana. I'm a medical student from Croatia. I study here in Zagreb, in the capital. Currently in the 3rd year. This will be my my 3rd GA actually. My first one was in Egypt. That's where my photo is from. And I remember it was a great experience for me because it was really warm and it was really cold that time in Croatia, and it was probably one of the best IFMSA events I attended. So I hope that all people who are coming for the first time will also have a great experience as I did. So yeah, we can continue with Matilda.
Yes, thank you, Hannah. I'm Matilda. I'm the SCOME Development Assistant. Thing that probably you already know. I've been spamming you with workshops announcements and asking for your inputs, and so this will be my 3rd GA. The first one was in Canada, and I just remember how the international team back there kept arguing whether it was Dr. Lee or Dr. Lei, the correct pronunciation of one of the external speakers we had in our meeting. I actually finished med school in Bucharest, Romania. I'll graduate in September, and I can't wait to enjoy one of my probably last IFMSA experiences, and just I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I will. Margot?
Yes, thank you, Matilda. Yes, as Matilda said, my name is Maru, as short for Marwan. I'm from IFMSA Morocco, and I'm the Committee General Assistant. As the ladies have stated, this is going to be my 5th GA. My first one was in Montenegro back in March 2017, and I'm really excited for this COMI sessions in the August meeting in Taiwan because throughout these years, I've been noticing the growth and expansions of SCOMI sessions in the IFMSA meetings, and I'm really happy with what we have prepared for you for this upcoming GA. So hope to see you all soon.
Besides these 3 lovely people, we also have 2 other general sessions team members joining us. We have Lisa from Germany. She's the NOMI from BVMD Germany. And we have Abdullah, who is the NOMI from IFMSA Iraq. Of course, the international team is all involved, and you will get the chance to see them. Most of them, we have Ala, our SCOME regional assistant for Africa. We have our SCOME regional assistant for Europe, Mindogas. We have our SCOME regional assistant for Asia Pacific. I'm sorry, Numi, and unfortunately not joining us, but working hard to prepare this as hard to prepare the sessions is Obada, our SCOME regional assistant for the EMR. We also have, of course, our liaison officer for medical education issues that has been working very hard to have very interesting externals join us and share their perspectives with us in this meeting. We have the program coordinator for medical education systems, Ahmed El Shayer, also joining us. And I think I'm only missing Ali, who is our SCOME sessions support person, is responsible to make sure that all our deadlines and all our preparations are going as smoothly as possible. And if we happen to fail, or if we actually do things as expected, he has promised us to share a dance with us. So if you were not excited for SCOME sessions until this moment, you have every reason to be. Going on, I think Maru.
Yes, so as you have, as you can see through this agenda for the August meeting 2019, it is really packed for you, and there are many things to do, and not only the standing committee sessions that you need to be attending, but also there are many activities that you can do throughout the day. So you can be participating and meeting many medical students from the different NMOs present in the August meeting. The IFMSA executive board and team of officials have been restructuring, as you have noticed through the past two IFMSA meetings, the structure of the GA and the agenda for all the happenings of the IFMSA meetings. And as you can notice, for example, the standing committee sessions are happening in the mornings every day, except for day 4. Which in day 4 you will be having in the morning social program and also other sessions, interesting sessions such as interesting external representation and or CV plenary if you are interested in that. There is also the theme event that is also happening in both day 1 and day 4. I would also personally like to highlight your presence both in the IFMSA Global Priority side events, as we are going to talk about them later on in our webinar, as well as other very inspiring that have kept me participating more in IFMSA meetings, which are the Activities Fair and the Rex Crossley Awards, where you get actually to meet with medical students from different, not only from your own standing committee, from different NMOs, but also from different standing committees, and to see what they do and what impact they are creating. Yes, I guess that's it. And also you would need to attend the regional sessions, of which we're going to talk about later on in details for SCOME. Can we go to the next slide? Yes, so what about the SCOME sessions? So the SCOME sessions are going to happen, as we have said, from day 1 till day 5, except for day 4 in the morning. In the first day, we are going to uh, we're going to be introduced to the SCOME sessions agenda and also to the SCOME sessions team and what dynamics we are going to have during the following 4 days. And as you can notice from this agenda, we have a variety of topics that are more related to general medical education concepts. And this way, we would benefit from all of your backgrounds in your medical education systems and how you are involved as medical students um in the different areas of medical education. I believe that's it for the SCOME sessions, and I would invite you to take a walk. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yes, and now let's have a walk through the SCOME sessions, and I would leave the floor to my next friend.
Yeah, thank you, Maru. So as you can see, in day one, we will have different sessions. Maru already talked a bit about like generally what sessions will look like, but we would like to go through each day. So we can highlight what's really important for those sessions, because there are certain things that you need to do before the GA, and there are some preparations that need to be done. So we would like you to be prepared as much as possible. Okay, so to start with day one, after we have our welcoming session, after we open GA in our SCOME way, then we'll have 3 different sessions about medical education systems worldwide, then medical education and healthcare education, and talk a bit about what's like difference and to focus on interprofessional education. And the last but not least, on day one would be meaningful students involvement. So what are important things to kind of have in mind for the day one? Well, first is preparation of your SCOME posters, and you have received an email a few days ago, if I'm correct, with all important details about posters. There's a Word document with a table with questions, and we encourage you to try and to answer all those questions as best as you can. And if you have some difficulties finding answers, our advice is to contact your national officer or maybe someone else that will have more information to help you get as many informations as possible and to make posters as informative for everyone as they can be. And then for meaningful students involvement, we would like you to think a bit about your involvement, or maybe involvement of SCOME in your LC, in your NMO, and generally of meaningful students involvement in your country, in your universities, and to think about and share your experiences and stories related to students involvement, because we like to hear all of your stories. We'd like you to for you to also experience how are things done in other NMOs in other countries. So yeah, be prepared to kind of share some of your experiences. And I think that's it for day one. Those are the most important things. So we'll go to day 2.
Yes, thank you, Hannah. Day 2 will surely open your minds regarding what SCOME really is. We'll start the day with some small working groups on different topics that will be presented right away. Then we'll have a very interesting topic, revolution in medical education, for which, spoiler alert, if you followed our transformative learning campaign and you are a fan of debates, then I think this session will fit you quite well. And we'll end day 2 with SCOME IT updates. What is important for this day is to know which small working group you'd like to participate in. You'll be able to do that probably before day 2, and you'll see the choices right away, and go again or for the first time through the SCOME IT monthly update that you've been seeing monthly on the SCOME Facebook groups. They are also in the SCOME public folder, and at the same time, for sure, along the year, you kept seeing updates from all the members in the international team regarding their work. The small working groups can be, next slide please, can be divided into 2 parts. There are small working groups that are conducted together with other standing committees, which are public health in the medical curriculum together with SCOF, intercultural competence in the medical curriculum together with SCORP, socially accountable exchanges in IFMSA together with SCOPE, and basic research competency framework and research education together with SCORE. And we also have small working groups connected to SCOME only as SCOME capacity building. I will stress you once again there, but I'm sure you will have a productive discussion. We'll also have advocacy in the medical curriculum, SCOME camps and SCOME schools guidelines, action for the transparency in medical education. IFMSA policy will be discussing about global health education and continuous professional development. And last but not least, FMSA programs, a topic that you already are familiar with, and you probably already enrolled activities, reported activities, and developed your activities. So day 2 seems quite busy, but let's see what will happen in day 3.
Before going on to day 3, just a clarification. The discussion about IFMSA policy documents will focus on all SCOME-related policy documents, and the one being proposed about global health education. We did not end up proposing the continuous professional development policy, so that one won't be discussed as it was not proposed. So let's go on to day 3.
Yes, thank you. As day 3 is going to be also packed with SCOME sessions, and the first session you will be taking part in is the SCOME plenary, where we will be discussing 2 documents that interest the standing committee, which are the SCOME capacity building regulations and the amendments proposed for it, as well as the standing committee regulations for SCOME. And as you will receive in an email, as you have received in an email, the call for amendments for the standing committee regulations and the capacity building regulations, and they will be discussed thoroughly and voted upon in the SCOME plenary. Next session will be about IFMSA programs and clarifications on you will get to know more about how has been the work on IFMSA programs this year and what could be implemented further regarding this topic. Another interesting session in the same morning would be happening is the SCOME debate, which will take place where will take place the debate on the candidatures for the SCOME director as well as the liaison officer for medical education for the upcoming term. And you will there get to ask the candidates questions about their candidatures, and so as to help you decide on your voting decisions during the plenary. And in the afternoons will happen the joint sessions, as we can see in the next slide, please. Yes, we have actually 3 joint sessions, one with SCOF, and it is about climate change in the medical curriculum. So you will meet participants from the SCOF sessions, and you will get to discuss with them climate change and its impact on health, but also how to address that in a medical curriculum. There is also another session with SCOPE participants where you will get to meet participants from that from Scopy, and you will also discuss what are the academic competencies that incoming and outgoing students should be developing within their exchanges. And there is also another standing committee session, which is developing an IFMSA campaign. It's a session with all the standing committees that would introduce you to the ways we develop campaigns in IFMSA and how to get involved in IFMSA campaigns, but also how to develop campaigns in your NMO with the frame of IFMSA. Yes, and I do believe that's it for day 3, and we go to move on to day 4 with the next piece.
Yes, thank you, Maru. So for day 4, we already discussed that there are no standing committees sessions, but that doesn't mean that you will be bored. Actually, what's important on day 4 is what you can see on the slide, IFMSA Global Priorities events. And as you can see, there are quite few of them. Actually, there are 7 of them. And they will be held as parallel side events. So in these events, you will get a chance to participate actively in discussions, and there will be also some real-life scenarios for you to participate in. So we encourage you to go through the survival kit, because in the survival kit there are more details about each of these events. So it doesn't make any sense to like go through all of them right now, because it's all written in very detailed manner in the session kit. So we encourage you to really read about every event to see what are which of these is kind of the most interesting to you, and choose one of them to participate in. So yeah, what's also important for the these some in the past, these global priorities events, sometimes they were more in a way some sort of a lecture and passive events, but this time they'll be really interactive. So we really encourage you to go and participate, because they're important not just for SCOME but for whole IFMSA. And yeah, I think that's it for global priorities. So we can go to the last day, day 5.
Apologies, my mic was muted. Yes, so
Maru?
yes, my mic was muted. Apologies. So for day 5, it's going to be the last day, but it's a very interesting day for you to participate, because we have one interesting session, one really great interesting session for you to participate and contribute to, which is the Global Health Workforce High-Level Meeting. As you know, Global Health Workforce has been one of the core topics that that has been the center of discussions in our SCOME work and our SCOME involvement internationally. And we want to involve you as well through a simulation of a high-level meeting on the topic. So get ready for that day by Most importantly, reading about the IFMSA Global Health Workforce Policy document, so you would understand the stance of medical students on the topic. As well as you can also, there is a document that has been attached to your survival kit. So you can read about debating skills and get ready for the session. There's also another session beforehand, which is about that is dedicated to the externals on medical education that are going to be present with us in the session, and you will get to discover that very soon through the participants. So stay tuned about this. And can we go to the next slide? Yes, so we will be having not only standing committee sessions with all members, but also we're going to have separate regional sessions, so you can attend the SCOME sessions with your own regional assistant or your regional representative. And there's going to be different topics that are regional, relevant to the region, especially in medical education. So you would need to promote that are interested to be promoted among the NMOs in the region, and that can be that you can develop work about it on the regional level. For example, Africa has chosen a topic on mental health challenges on medical students, as well as America's sessions will be about community-based education and its role for implementing a socially accountable curriculum. The session about in Asia Pacific will be about instigating students' involvement in medical education system and how to improve it in students' organizations. In the more, the session will talk about an interesting topic about accreditation and quality assurance, as well as the role of medical students in that area. And last but not least, the Europe regional session will be dedicated to discussing the regional priorities and how have been these comedians in Europe been working throughout the year, so they would implement these topics, as well as they would exchange experiences among themselves and uh, maybe find common ground to collaborate on these regional priorities. And yes, I believe that's it.
Thank you, Madhu, and thank you everyone for presenting the detailed agenda. Now going just to some things that we didn't go into that much detail, and these are the SCOME plenary, and then we will also talk about the SCOME debate. So for the SCOME plenary, we have already shared through the server the two regulations and the amendments that we are proposing as the SCOME international team. Also, the team at Small Working Group has been discussing about the whole structure of the team at workshop. So they will also propose some amendments. And I have shared with you on the comment section the link to the to all these documents. You have there not only these two regulations, both the original version and the one that you can comment. You can comment until July 27th. After that, we would appreciate if you send your amendment via email, so that we can coordinate and organize better the process of the SCOME plenary, so it can be as smooth and efficient as possible, so that we can discuss and approve all the documents in a timely manner. Regarding the changes itself, there are a lot of them. Most of them for the SCOME regulations part are about phrasing and just restructuring, so it is not too over-regulatory, and also some names changes and so on. There are some bigger changes that you can see, but if you go through the document, you will see that there is a color code where for one color you have the changes that the IT is proposing, but more of language and technicalities, and then you have others that we think that might raise discussion between animals, and for that we would really like your input. So if you think that you have something to say, that feel free to comment, or even propose amendments to what we've done. For the SCOME capacity building regulations, it will be mostly about the TMED. The TMED Small Working Group has reviewed all the TMED workshop structure, and also the competency profile of what are the TMED trainers. And we are proposing the changes because of this discussion that we've been having since March meeting 2018. And we hope that with these changes, we can solve the matter and improve the quality of this workshop. So that's it for that. I think that at this point, we don't need to go into much detail about each amendment because there are quite a lot of them. But if you have, at this point in the webinar, specific questions about one or another, feel free to comment in the section so that we can answer it at the end of the webinar. Moving on to the SCOME debate.
Yes, thank you, Katerina. So another thing that is very important and that will happen on day 3 is SCOME debate. You have probably got candidatures for SCOME director and for liaison officer for medical education issues. If you didn't, your NMO president or your executive board, they have all the candidatures, not just for SCOME related positions, but for all positions. So if you didn't get them, please contact them. They will share all the candidatures with you. So related to SCOME positions, there are, as you can see, 2 very important positions. One is SCOME director, and we have Maru as a candidate for this position. And also for liaison officer for medical education issues, we have 2 candidates. One is Ala, she is currently regional assistant for Africa, and SCOME regional assistant, of course, and Mindogas, he is a SCOME regional assistant for Europe. So once again, it's important for you to read candidatures before this debate, so you can see what every candidate is planning to do and what are their annual plans, what are their what is the motivation behind the candidatures, etc. So if you have any questions, please remember them, write them down, whatever, so you can ask candidates during this debate, because most of the time for in debate will be actually discussing questions. So this will be the time for you to ask what you think is important, to ask for clarification, for some things that you think are relevant to discussion, etc. So please prepare for this, because it's really important that you decide that you have all the information to get the best decision on who will be the next SCOME director and who will be the next liaison officer. And I think we can move on.
Yes, while Anna was talking, I already added the candidatures also to the folder that I've shared with you. They're on the SCOME public folder, so that you can have access to all the candidatures right away. I think, Matilda, you can proceed.
Yes, thank you, Katarina and Hannah. Well, guys, now you're probably a little bit overwhelmed with all the information that you've just found out, debates, plenaries, global priorities, more working groups, when you'll have time to have fun or to actually enjoy the General Assembly. Well, You don't have to worry so much because once you packed, you'll have everything under control. But what should you bring with you to August meeting? Well, I presume you want to be the change in your medical education system, so motivation is the key to achieve that, right? And also, we are eco-friendly and we really care about the environment. So please bring with you a reusable water bottle or a mug. Also, a pen and paper will be really useful as you'll need to write down the memories you'll create. Don't forget to bring your SCOME t-shirt, especially for the last day photos, but also to, I don't know, maybe trade them for something more appealing or not. Uh, Bring your stuffed panda if you have one, but once you bring it, just take care though not to have it stolen. It may happen. And the G is not only about work, and is also an opportunity for you to have a lot of fun. So bring your national sweets and moves so we can impress one another. What else is important for you to know during August meeting? Listen and follow instructions. Of course, we want everything to take place as correct and in a responsible way. Arrive to sessions before start time. We must be on schedule so we can have productive meetings and sessions. And being late, that will not make the days as productive as we want them to be. We as conversation team are nothing like some of the teachers that you might have and that we do all the talking. So we are really looking forward and curious to finding out your ideas and opinions on the topics. So sharing is very important. Be respectful and considerate towards others. This is more detailed also in the small working group, and don't forget about the code of conduct that you'll have to respect. Leave the place clear and tidy so you can return in the following day in a pleasant working environment. Inspire and get inspired. Connect and make friends, and I think that's the most important thing in any FMSA event. Get comedianized. But what does this mean? Well, everyone has his own well to feel the SCOME vibe, so just let the magic follow its own course. And just go over everything again and try to enjoy August meeting, both for the sessions and both for the fun.
Thank you, Matilda. So, yep. Are there any questions so far? We don't have any questions in the comment section, but hi, Naomi from Helmsick and Lucas from BVMD. Um, as always, you know that you can approach us any time via email for the SCOME sessions participants. There has been a link for the WhatsApp group shared. If you are having trouble preparing or something, you can always approach us there. Also, for the NOMIs that might not be able to attend, please feel free to also seek help for your regional assistants or how you can prepare your delegate. So that you can ensure that even though you're not there, like your NMO is as well represented. And yep. You're welcome, Maria. Thank you. Maria from Lebanon is saying thank you to us. Anna, Matilda, Maru, do you have any final comments? Or anything you would like to clear up? Go ahead, Matilda.
Just like I can't wait to see you in 1 week or more, depending if you're also attending the pre-general assembly. But can't wait to stay and chit chat.
Yeah, I also agree with Matilda. I'm also very excited about meeting everyone because there will be quite a lot of participants. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how the sessions will go, and I think they'll be great. So my expectations are already high. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this whole experience.
Maru, you want to say something? I'm not sure if Maru had to leave. Okay. Thank you, everyone who joined us or might be watching later. We are very, very excited for August meeting, and I'm very happy that there has been people here, including Mohammed from Tunisia, who is also excited. If you have any questions, as we said, please feel free to approach. We hope you found this webinar useful, and see you in Taiwan. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.